Hello, I'm Franciscan Father Albert Haase, and as a spiritual director, I'm oftentimes asked to give advice on prayer. And traditionally, the question that often comes up is, what's the best way to pray? Well, let me tell you something. There is no best way to pray. As a matter of fact, I think that there are three basic principles in the life of prayer, and as long as we're trying to follow these three principles, that becomes for us the best way to pray. Principle number one is this: your prayer should make you prayerful. In other words, the time that I spend in prayer and daily devotions, whether it's reading scripture, whether it's doing some form of contemplative prayer, some form of meditation, my prayer should help to sensitize me to the presence of God that surrounds us like the air we breathe. My prayer should make me prayerful. And so, if I am being faithful on a daily basis to daily prayer, that prayer should spill out in terms of sensitivity to the presence of God that surrounds us. The presence of God in the poor and the needy, the presence of God in creation and nature, the presence of God that comes to us in our daily lives. Prayer should make you prayerful. The second principle of prayer, I think, is this, and that is, pray from where you are and not from where you think you should be. So oftentimes people make the mistake and they say, I've been praying for 5 years, I've been praying for 10 years, and so therefore I should somehow or another be further along in the life of prayer. I should be more advanced. And so they try to get themselves worked up and try to place themselves in a place in prayer where they really are not. And as a result of that, they become frustrated. Frustration in prayer is a sign that I'm trying too hard. Pray from where you are and not from where you think you should be. And that second principle leads right into the third principle, which is simply this, and that is the journey of prayer is a journey of transparency. That as I grow closer in my relationship with Jesus, as I grow closer in my life of prayer, I learn to become more and more myself. In prayer, the great challenge is to be who I am and not who I think I should be. So oftentimes we go to a moment of prayer and it's like people want to tap dance for Jesus, and so we do all of these things thinking that somehow or another, by putting ourselves in some kind of frenzy, that somehow or another making ourselves excited, that somehow or another we're giving God glory. Not at all. The challenge in prayer is to be yourself, to be transparent. Growth in prayer is growth in transparency. And so if I go to prayer and I find myself angry, I find myself depressed, I find myself sad, I find myself lonely, then you pray from those emotions. Pray from your anger. Pray from your depression. Pray from your sadness. Pray from your loneliness. The more and more we can become who we truly are in prayer, the more transparent we become to God, I think the more God is pleased. And so, the best advice on what is the best way to pray, if your prayer is making you prayerful, if you're praying from where you are and not from where you think you should be, and if you are being more and more transparent before our loving God, then I tell you right now, my friends, that's the best way for you to pray. Thank you very much.